Hello and welcome to StateDraft. I'm Mansi Fadke, Deputy Editor with ThePrint. I'm based in Maharashtra, but today I'm going to talk about our neighboring state, Gujarat, where I spent a few days a couple of weeks ago, and I spoke to industry representatives from Gujarat, from across various areas of Gujarat, from across various industries of Gujarat, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this episode. Gujarat's industrialization process and how Vibrant Gujarat, a global investment summit which completes 20 years this year, a summit that was started by Narendra Modi when he was Gujarat Chief Minister, how Vibrant Gujarat has taken all of these efforts over the decades forward. In the industrial hub of Gujarat's Sanand, every time entrepreneurs, even those belonging to small and medium-sized industries, meet, they make it a point to wear freshly ironed modish suits and book conference rooms in five-star hotels. Ajit Shah, who is the president of the Sanand Industries Association, while speaking to me, said, "At Sanand, we've decided that everything we do has to be in a corporate style. It's all about creating a feel and getting out of a culture." This, in a nutshell, is what Shah thinks that Vibrant Gujarat Global Investment Summit did for Gujarat's industries. It gave them a vision, showed them the world outside, and pushed them to strive for more, Ajit Shah believes. Shah said, "Varna hum to kuएं के मेंढक थे. We were complacent with a narrow outlook, like a frog in a well." Last month, the Gujarat government held an event in Ahmedabad to mark 20 years of the Vibrant Gujarat Global Investment Summit. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attended the event and credited the summit for helping Gujarat take a turn after a bout of political instability, destruction by a cyclone, a massive earthquake, and communal violence. He said, and I quote, "There was a conspiracy to defame Gujarat on the world stage. There was an atmosphere of depression. It was said that Gujarat can never stand on its feet." Vibrant Gujarat was organized at a time when the union government used to give Gujarat's government second-rate treatment. Foreign investors were dissuaded from coming to the state, Modi said at the event to mark 20 years of Vibrant Gujarat. Industrialists and retired officials who have seen Gujarat's industrial growth curve say efforts to improve the state's competitiveness in grabbing investments vis-a-vis other states had started a long time ago. Vibrant Gujarat only took these efforts forward by institutionalizing them at a time when other states were yet to do so, giving Gujarat a sharp advantage. Now let's talk a little bit about the early years of industrial growth in Gujarat. Political parties in Maharashtra have often cried foul when successive Gujarat chief ministers like Anandiben Patel, Vijay Rupani, Bhupendra Patel have come to Mumbai and held road shows to attract industries and investors from the city to Gujarat. But Gujarat has often looked at Mumbai and Maharashtra while charting its roadmap to industrialization right since its early years. When Gujarat was carved out from the erstwhile Bombay presidency in 1960, it had lost the region's economic nerve center, the city of Greater Bombay, then called Bombay, now Mumbai, to Maharashtra. The state spent most of its first decade setting up an industries framework. The first Chief Minister of Gujarat, Dr. Jivraj Mehta, created an infrastructural framework for industries by setting up the Gujarat Industrial Development Corporation in 1962. It was also under his leadership that the Gujarat government set up the country's first joint sector company, Gujarat State Fertilizers and Chemicals Limited, securing direct equity participation of farmers. In 1967-68, the state government set up Gujarat's first major industrial cluster at Vapi. Vapi, located in the Valsad district, was an apt choice because the state government was hoping to attract some of the industries from Bombay, which was getting steadily saturated, to Gujarat. The distance between Vapi and Mumbai is 168 kilometers roughly. Vapi developed in phases as a textile, chemicals and dyes, packaging and pharmaceutical hub, and now is spread over 1600 hectares. P.K. Lahiri, a retired IS officer from Gujarat, told me while I was in Ahmedabad that Bombay, now Mumbai, was getting congested. So the idea was to start an estate near the city, near Vapi at the border, so that people can commute easily. And today, Vapi is one of the largest industrial estates in Asia, he says. Initially, there were hardly 23 units in the 1970s when the Vapi industrial estate was just taking off, and they were all taking toddler steps at the time. Ajit Shah of the Sanand Industrial Association was among the first few industrialists to set up a unit in Vapi. He set up a packaging company in Vapi in the 1980s with proximity to the then Bombay being his primary criteria. Vapi drew in a few Mumbai-based entrepreneurs as well. Satish Patel, president of the Vapi Industries Association, told me in the initial years there were small industries and many entrepreneurs who came from Mumbai. There was a GIDC employee who was like a relationship manager who would often hold meetings with companies in Mumbai to get business to Vapi, Patel said. Today, Vapi has about 3,500 industrial units and is fully saturated. Now, through the 1970s and 1980s, industrial centers also blossomed in other centers, other areas of Gujarat, such as Surat, Rajkot, Bharuch, and so on. Lahiri, who worked in the Gujarat Industries Department in various positions through the 1980s and 1990s, said that through the 70s and 80s decade, Gujarat gradually started rising in the country's rankings for industrial output. In 1978, the Gujarat government also set up the Industrial Extension Bureau, known as Index TB, as a single point of contact for industries, Lahiri said. He said, in the 1980s, Congress CM Madhav Singh Solanki thought industrialization needs to be expedited. By then, there was active competition between Maharashtra, Gujarat and Karnataka. Lahiri said, we kept on offering incentives, copying each other. I was then in the industries department. Practically every 6 months, we would be in Maharashtra. We would get the Maharashtra government resolutions and sometimes implement them verbatim. He joked that there was no sensitivity to copyrights back then. In 1960, when Gujarat was formed, the state had 3649 factories and 3.29 lakh workers employed there, according to the state's Social and Economic Survey report for 2021-22. In 6 decades since then, these numbers rose to 36,726 factories with 18.97 lakh workers in 2020. According to data from the Gujarat Industries Commissionerate, the state's industrial output was 84,808 crore rupees in 1994-95. By 2014-15, it had increased almost 15 times to 12.70 lakh crore. However, there are parts of Gujarat that are still untouched by these data points. Industry voices say that it's not entire districts, but there are some talukas within those, particularly those that are far-flung or tribal, that are still laggards. Gujarat has also lagged behind Maharashtra when it comes to foreign direct investments. But over the years, the state has played catch-up with a relatively stable political environment, and on the other hand, Maharashtra's political instability since 2019 and a certain sense of complacency has not helped. In the 1990s, Gujarat had a taste of what Maharashtra has been witnessing since 2019. The 1990s decade saw Gujarat change its chief minister 6 times, and the instability hindered the state from fully taking advantage of the post-1991 liberalization period. Industry insiders from Gujarat say. The state also had an acute water shortage at that time. It was in this backdrop that Modi took over as Gujarat Chief Minister in 2001 after the incumbent CM of the Bharatiya Janata Party's Keshubhai Patel resigned from the position due to ill health. In the 1990s, all states competing for a share of India's industrial output had started holding roadshows, meeting entrepreneurs and giving presentations. Industrialists say Gujarat at that time had developed an industrial atlas with every plot marked accurately and in detail. Vibrant Gujarat only took all of these efforts forward long before other states tried to do something similar. In 2003, Modi appointed Lahiri as his chief secretary, and it was under this CS-CM combination that the first Vibrant Gujarat Global Investment Summit was organized. The first Vibrant Gujarat Summit was organized in October 2003 at Ahmedabad's Tagore Hall with a seating capacity of roughly 700 people. It was decided to do it there because just in case not many people show up, then the venue should not look empty. Lahiri, however, says that the crowd that showed up was overwhelming and the capacity of the hall was woefully inadequate. The state reportedly signed MOUs worth rupees 66,000 crores at that time, and the word MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, became the latest buzzword. Lahiri recalls how Modi was personally invested in making the Vibrant Gujarat Summit a success, right from naming the summit to giving out personal invitations for attending the summit. Many options were discussed with Modi: invest in Gujarat, or a plain and staid investors summit, an alliterative Gujarat is gold, or a stereotypical dynamic Gujarat. He, however, picked Vibrant Gujarat, Lahiri said. Lahiri also recalls Modi asking him, "Kitne log aayenge? How many people will come?" Now, in industries, one can't really give a straight, real answer to this question. So one day, Modi apparently asked his chief secretary to give him a list of all the invitees for the Vibrant Gujarat Summit. And from the very next day, Lahiri recalls, Modi started personally making about 50-60 calls a day to all the invitees, urging them personally to attend. He says people started calling the chief secretary and asking him, Lahiri साहब क्या हो रहा है? सुबह सुबह आपके chief minister का phone आया. And the general impression was that this must be something to do with a political donation or something like that. The Congress in Gujarat, however, believes that its contribution towards the growth of industries in the state is often disregarded in public discourse, centered around the whole Vibrant Gujarat Global Investment Summit. Hiren Banker, a spokesperson of the Gujarat Congress, told me that Vibrant Gujarat is all about hype. The Congress government had also brought big conglomerates in Gujarat in the 1980s. The aim of industrialization is to reduce unemployment, which has been at around 2.2%, Hiren Banker said. He further says, we have often demanded a white paper on how many of the touted investments signed at the Vibrant Gujarat Summit have actually materialized. If the state really has benefited so much, why are they scared to state the facts on a white paper? Today, many states hold global investment summits such as Maharashtra, Rajasthan, West Bengal, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, and so on. But Vibrant Gujarat enjoys the privilege or the title of being the pioneer. Yogesh Parekh, former Vice President of the Gujarat Chamber of Commerce and Industries, says his business greatly benefited from the networking that happens at the Vibrant Gujarat Summit with global entrepreneurs and investors. Parekh is the proprietor of Avani Dye Industries, a company that manufactures and exports dyes. He says, we've started exporting to countries that we weren't before. Our material used to first go to Turkey, and from there it used to go to many other countries like Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Russia, Kenya, Nigeria. Today, he says, we are exporting to many of these countries directly. Parekh says his company's exports have doubled in the last 5 years. Avni Dichem has an industrial unit at Vatwa near Ahmedabad. Members of GCCI, which is the Gujarat Chamber of Commerce and Industries, also told me that this particular industry outfit collaborates with the state government in organizing the Vibrant Gujarat Summit. And as a result, many of the outfit's representatives travel with state government officials abroad to hand out invitations for the Vibrant Gujarat Summit, to promote the Vibrant Gujarat Summit over there. And they end up meeting representatives of different countries. They end up meeting investors from different countries. And it all helps companies in GCCI eventually. Sanand, many say in particular, has been one of the biggest beneficiaries of Gujarat government's aggressive posturing for industries through these summits. The area, about 22 kilometers from Ahmedabad, was predominantly agricultural. But things changed after the Tata Nano plant came there in 2008, when the Gujarat government rolled out a red carpet for Tata Motors. Today, said Sanand Industries Association President Ajit Shah, Sanand has 550 industries with lot sizes as small as 250 square meters to as large as 4 lakh square meters. And they range from pharmaceuticals to plastic engineering to food and automobile, among others. 36 of these companies, he says, are multinationals. Satish Patel from the Vapi Association likes to talk about how some of the country's large, well-respected companies started out as a small unit at Vapi. He says, look at United Phosphorus or Aarti Industries, even Welspun, Alok Industries. They all had their beginnings and in the Vapi industrial cluster, and subsequent Vibrant Gujarat summits gave them global business, he says. B.K. Goenka, chairman of the Welspun Group, speaking at the event to mark 20 years of Vibrant Gujarat last month, said that Modi had advised him to expand to the earthquake-stricken Kutch region, and in the very first Vibrant Gujarat summit. While the company was a little hesitant, he says the then CM's advice proved to be historic, and with the state's support, the company could start production in record time. According to Rashmikant Mehta, however, who is the president of the GIDC Association for Gandhidham in the Kutch region, both the central and the state governments gave all sorts of incentives to get Kutch back on its feet after a major cyclone in 1998 and an earthquake in 2001. He says Modi had made it his dream project to build Kutch again. The government technically made it a single window system to clear all roadblocks that industries may be facing in setting up units at Kutch. Power and oil industries came, smaller industries developed to support the larger ones. Rashmikant Mehta himself runs a small plastics packaging industry in the Gandhidham industrial cluster, and he too had lost everything in the earthquake and built his business back with aid from the state government. But he believes that all of this has less to do with Vibrant Gujarat and more to do with the fact that Kutch is right at the Pakistan border, and leaving Kutch undeveloped and vulnerable is definitely not in the interest of either the central or the state government. He also says that Vibrant Gujarat does sound like a lot of hype. He says that 2,000 investors will come and hardly 200 businesses will actually take shape. Ajit Shah, however, has a different opinion. He's launched a new company, the Vibrant Industrial Park, to set up well-planned industrial clusters with a plug-and-play manner. He says that he gets a call or an email from a team reporting directly to the chief minister, supposedly, asking if there are any hurdles that need to be tackled almost every week and to take a status of the project. He says sometimes it is the fear of their follow-up calls that makes us take swift decisions. And that's all that I have for you for now. Thank you so much for watching StateDraft. Mansi Fatke, Deputy Editor, signing off.